Up next on Montgomery Heartland, winter farmers markets, a workshop for new farmers, and a champion of no-till conservation farming. Stay tuned. Montgomery Heartland, where county meets country. Did you know that there are more than 20 public farmers markets throughout Montgomery County? And that some of them are open year-round? That's right. Despite the cold temperatures, these farmers markets keep on keeping on. They include 2 in Bethesda, 1 in Olney, 1 in Silver Spring, and others in Tacoma Park, Kensington, Garrett Park, and Gaithersburg. We dropped by a few to see what brings out these hardy souls.
Today we're selling a bunch of root vegetables and some of our overwinter vegetables as well, our greens. So we have bok choy, lettuce, spring onions, daikon radishes, sweet potatoes, and turnips.
Enjoyed coming here in the winter. You gotta get here early, and there's wonderful produce. It's great.
I mean, it's great, you know, there can be some rough days where it gets a little chilly and, the weather can be kind of tough, but we prepare, we bring heaters and we bring tents with sides to keep us protected, and the customers are protected as well and can come in and be warm.
Thanks for asking about Bethesda Central Farm Markets. We are a year-round market, which means, of course, we operate in the winter. We're open January, February, and March. We usually have close to 50 vendors and artisan food producers, farmers. One of the things that people ask us all the time is, how do you stay open this time of year in terms of the produce? And we have 4 farmers here that have made major additions to their greenhouses and hoops. So that has allowed us to have heirloom tomatoes in February, peppers, green beans, you name it.
We love to come to the farmers market on a weekly basis. We usually get our apples here all year round, and we love to get pickles too. What do you like about the farmers market?
Pickles.
We sell microgreens. Everything is hydroponic. It's locally grown in Rockville. We're here every week of the year at this market, and we typically bring 15 to 20 varieties every week. And people buy them and they add them to their sandwiches, their salads, their smoothies, their burgers, their soups. They're extremely high in nutrition and they're very, very flavorful.
Farmers and vendors not only come from Montgomery County, but other places in Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C., as well as West Virginia and Pennsylvania.
So we sell organically grown mushrooms. We're from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. We grow like 9 different varieties of mushrooms, and we go year-round. We're here pretty much no matter what, but I mean, you have your regulars, people always come out. There's always people here.
I love that Montgomery County farmers markets are open in the winter. It allows people in the community to be able to get together and shop together. We're able to access local produce that's fresh and comes from our area. It's a great opportunity to be able to connect with the people who are making our food.
I just really love it, so I wouldn't want to give it up, at any time during the year. And I really do love all the customers. They're so nice and very loyal and supportive. So.
We are at the Fresh Farm Market in Silver Spring. It's one of our 2 markets that are open year-round. We have DuPont Circle every Sunday and Silver Spring every Saturday.
Come prepared. We get used to it. We've got our boots and our insulated overalls, and we're ready for it. But just bring a hat, grab an umbrella, make sure you've got your reusable tote bags, and brave the weather.
Because I can find fresh products. I like the scones. I love the scones. I have to come very early because they are gone after 10. So
You got to get here
early. That's what I am here in pajamas.
So we sell fermented and pickled foods. We have daikon radishes, which are our winter product. We usually do cucumbers, but obviously they're not in season, so we switch because we like to buy locally. And then we have kimchi, we have sauerkraut, and beets. More challenging than the summer for sure, but still exciting because we get to see all of our great familiar faces.
This is about my 5th or 6th year here. So all my friends come out. So it's like, you know, when I wake up on Sunday morning, I'm going to see all my friends.
Very friendly. It's a great access point for customers. It's really easy for them to get to. It's got great visibility. All the vendors are so nice. There's great diversity here at the market. And it just gives us a wonderful opportunity to interact with customers, show them what we do on a small organic farm, introduce them to my handmade chocolates.
Why do I like coming here? Because I can get fresh produce, I can get from the people that grow it, I can get all sorts of different other things to eat. Like I just bought some all-lump crab cakes.
While many of the markets attract local residents on foot, some arrive by car. In most cases, customer parking is free. Some of the markets can be reached by metro too. The markets also offer nutrition assistance programs such as SNAP or WIC for those in need. Whoever you are and whatever the weather, the county's winter markets are open for business. For a list, go to this website. Montgomery County is home to more than 500 farms. Have you ever considered joining their ranks? If so, who can you ask for help? The Montgomery County Office of Agriculture co-sponsors free workshops to new and beginner farmers on a variety of topics. They are held every Wednesday evening at the Agricultural History Farm Park in Durwood, January through March. Let's find out more.
The New Farmer Workshop Program is an opportunity for people that have not farmed or have a little bit of experience and want to know more. Many of our traditional farmers, you come up through the family and you learn the business. But if you're a non-traditional farmer, not from a farm family or not from a vegetable operation, you have to know where to go to find out some of the basic information. Where do I start? What are the rules and regulations? How do I market? And how do I really make a success at this?
Chuck Schuster and Jeremy Chris, who are our kind of lead representatives here at the Ag Department of Montgomery County, are very knowledgeable, very supportive of what they call table food farmers, as distinct from commodity, corn and soybeans grain growers. And they really are encouraging us to develop a more vibrant and expansive local table food economy. And, they kind of have the ideas, but also a big attraction is the idea that there are going to be other people like me who do what I do, who are struggling with the same challenges,
But the problem is, it's a strong acid. So overall, what's it doing to the soil?
We are seeing people that are growing anywhere from in-ground, in open fields, to in high tunnels, in raised beds, anywhere from a half acre to 5, 6, and 7 acres come to these programs. They have interest in fruits, vegetables, sometimes very specialty vegetables, often ethnic vegetables coming from their native countries, and also livestock, sheep, goats, miniature cows, full-size cows, chickens for eggs, chickens for meat. So a little bit of everything.
I've been farming about 5 years now in the county, and there's always been more to learn. And Chuck is just a really great teacher, and lots of other folks to get together with to kind of share stories and experiences and to kind of deepen our experiences. You never stop learning.
I publish a outline of what the courses are going to be. People pick and choose, kind of like a smorgasbord. Oh, I really want to learn about that. So they will come in for just a couple of them. Some people will come every night faithfully.
We have a dream when Tom retires that we want to have a small farm. So he keeps bees, and we want to do that and maybe have cut flowers, and we're not sure where all we're going to go, but anyway, so we just wanted to get some information.
For more information on the farmers' workshops, go to this website. Our last segment involves a technique of farming that came to Montgomery County 50 years ago. It's called no-till conservation farming, and it's a method of soil cultivation that reduces erosion and nutrient loss. Bob Raver, a retired Montgomery County Extension agricultural agent, was recognized last summer for his involvement in fostering no-till agriculture here in the county. Here's the story from CCM producer Susan Kennedy.
50 years ago, Bob Raver was an agricultural extension agent for Montgomery County farmers. He was nervous at first.
I tell you, the first couple of months I was here, I didn't think I was going to last. They scared me to death. I said, this job is too big for me.
His job was to find new ways to help the farmers be more productive, and the farmers were vocal about what they wanted.
I had a number of them get right up and tell me, almost as soon as I got here, we don't want you to be like the other county agents sitting around in the office waiting for the phone to ring. We want you out there looking for what's going on and trying to help us. And that rung a bell with me. I followed what they said. I spent a lot of time out in the county talking with people and all, and that's where you learn and pick up needs.
The corn crop was down, and the conventional way in the past was to till the soil.
They were planting more corn and more often, and the ground was wearing out, actually, and consequently the yield was going down as well.
Tillage is the preparation of soil by digging, stirring, and overturning. This was causing problems because tilling caused erosion and loss of nutrients in the soil.
The environmental concern was getting more serious all the time, and farmers were getting blamed for all the silt and stuff that was washing into the Potomac River and the Chesapeake Bay, really getting slammed.
So Bob Raver took a trip to Virginia and learned about no-till farming. So tell us how this practice of no-till farming got started here in Montgomery County.
This one agronomist down in Orange, Virginia at the research station had some plots down there about no-till. And so I drove down, and it was quite revealing. Actually, he had them planted right beside conventional tillage and no-till, and the corn was about hip high, something like that, and they were birthed exactly the same. That got me started. A lot of my colleagues and even some of the professors in the agronomy department and over at the university said, Bob, you be careful. You get hung out on a limb if this thing doesn't pay out, and I paid no attention to it at all.
Those are bluebird houses out there, right? Do you get a lot of bluebirds?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there are tons of bluebirds in the area.
This was 50 years ago. This was a really long time ago. Were you surprised at how willing they were to sort of change the way they were doing things so drastically?
Not really, no. Man, I tell you, it wasn't hard to get their attention because they were ready for something. We had several demonstrations at some of the farms. I think we had 18 farmers to try it the first year. Wow. And boy, I tell you, you could compare the no-till with the conventional tillage, and if anything, the no-till looked better. And so that sold it. And within 4 years, 85% of all the tilled ground in Montgomery County was no-tilling. That's a pretty fast change.
So here in Montgomery County, we have the Ag Reserve, 93,000 acres that's preserved, won't be built up. Does Montgomery County do a good job in realizing the importance of agriculture and farming here, along with that agricultural reserve?
I tell you, Susan, I can't say enough for this county government and how they supported agriculture. And they've listened to a lot of the ideas that people had. The setting up of this Ag Reserve was critical to it. And we've had a good relationship all along, but we've kept them informed. And I think that's the secret.
You've really accomplished a lot in your career in Montgomery County. You have a lot of awards to show for it. There's another Montgomery County, Maryland thing right there. You were sort of a founding father, if you will, for no-till farming. How does that make you feel with this legacy?
I almost can't find the words to say it because I love the work I was doing, truly loved it.
And from this day forward, Robert Raver, the individual who pioneered this technology, will be referred to as the father of no-till agriculture.
To be rewarded and have it adopted and to take off like it did, that's payment enough. I mean, that was it. I was so happy. And then for the people to honor it and respect it and all, it's just, well, I feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Well, that's it for today's show. Thanks for watching.